I needed to talk to you about a couple of issues that we have recently. We've seen a number of parents who we may be contacting the state about possible or potential fraud situation. A lot of it seems to stem from life changes that weren't reported to us on time as required. Some of it could have a significant price tag on it that drifted a long period of time. We're looking at one parent who may in essence owe us back about $1,700.
Wow. So Joe, when you say life change, do you mean that parents who have school readiness services, they are required by law to call our office and let us know, or send us an email or some kind of notification that something in their life has changed as far as work, salary, have they changed jobs, have they changed providers, anything that would directly connect back to their school readiness funding. If that's what you're calling a life change.
Right. What happens is when parents come into our office and during the eligibility process, they sign what's called a terms and condition. I think one of the challenges may be they don't understand that that's actually a contract that they have to live up to in order to continue to receive the services.
I can't agree with you more. That honestly, I don't think parents always leave us with the understanding about how very serious it is when they sign this paperwork. I think that they're so in a hurry to get the child care so they can go to work or actually even keep their jobs, that they'll sign whatever you put in front of them. But Joe, school readiness funding, which is what pays for them, a parent, to have their child in a quality child care setting and then be able to go to work, that's school readiness funding. But that funding isn't free. That's really taxpayer dollars. And so a lot of times I don't know if a parent realizes somebody is paying the full cost of their child care, and it's not them. They're only paying a portion of it. So I think they're just signing, but if they would realize this is a legal binding contract and it's no laughing matter to consider it anything else, I think maybe parents would look at their requirements of this contract a little bit different.
I completely agree. We've taken some additional steps in our meetings with parents. We've actually started giving them a sheet of paper, like a check, that shows what child care costs can be that they would incur that's coming from the state. And when you figure that for the most part, if an infant, it's $125, $130, and
least.
Say, and the parent's only paying $5 of that per week. Now, when so you're talking about $120. If you don't pay attention to that initial terms and conditions, which in essence, and we may change it to the contract, the contract
might be a good idea.
with us, you could end up losing your services, being prosecuted for fraud, prosecuted, and still be required to reimburse the state, pay restitution.
Well, that makes sense, though. It's state money.
Absolutely.
It's not the coalition's money. It's not the provider's money. It's taxpayer dollars that have been, the state actually gives back to us to ensure that people who really qualify are in these services because they're eligible and because they need them. But Joe, you're talking about how much somebody might owe us back. $1,600. You've got one parent right now.
Right.
And Joe, if we don't get that money back, we have to send that over to the state's attorney's office.
No, I just walk right down the hall to the next office.
Yes,
I have a Department of Financial Services.
We do have
right
an
next
investigator
door.
now who is sharing office space with us, and not because we automatically think parents are guilty of fraud, but simply because we are we're funded by the state of Florida. That's where our funds come from.
And one of the things we need to make sure providers are aware of also. Now, once a case goes to the Department of Financial Services, they investigate that case from A to Z.
Wow.
And the questions may come up, were you aware that this parent was no longer working? Did you know that this parent, had changed job? Yeah,
very big.
Maybe we just ought to put a sign up at the front. If you sign it, you better know what you signed.
Well, you're right.
If you sign it, you own it.
Yeah, if you sign it, you own it. I like the idea of having our terms and conditions changed to say parental contract, and also that you understand you'll have to A, pay this money back, B, suffer prosecution, C, lose all of your child care services. Joe, what you're telling me could amount to, if they just had 2 children, they're talking about child care, so they can work, costing right around $12,000 a year. $12,000 a year. Well, Joe, when you make
one child.
When you're making only 17 or 18,000, that's a big chunk of change. You're not able to work. And so if you're talking about those 3 things happening, or D, which would be all of the above, it's one thing to lose your services. It's another thing to not have any services and in addition have to pay the money back. It's just not worth it. And so I think we have two types of parents. I think we've got the parent who knows exactly what they're doing and they intend to be fraudulent. I don't think that's very many.
Not knowing what you signed, not asking the question, is not a get out of jail free card.
No, it's not. You're right, and I've said in the past that I don't think they understood. But unfortunately, that won't save them, will it now?
No, it won't. No, it won't.
Because we have put it in writing and they signed it.
They signed it. Pick up the phone. They have a 10-day window to notify us about life changes. Even up to if you lose your job. If you lose your job, you still need to contact us. Your services are not terminated immediately.
See, I don't think they know
but
that.
But if you don't notify us within that 10-day window, then you disallow yourself of any other options that we may have to work with you.
I think, again, they don't understand that we actually have the ability, if they lose their job, we can put them on a 60-day, 2-month job search, can't we?
Correct.
And maintain child care.
And we usually do it in 30-day increments, 2 30-day increments. That gives us the opportunity to check and see where they're at and monitor
if they need
the
support.
process. If they need support or anything we can do for them. It's almost to a point whereas when you come in and you sit down, and I know that parents are excited to get the services.
They've been on the wait list for a while.
They've been on the wait list. But you've got to know what you sign. That's a part of, your personal education, your personal responsibility.
That's right. Contact us either through our website at elcnws.org, check us out on Facebook, or give us a call. We will be here to support you. Check it out.